Namaste, angels. This is the daily reading for Friday, November 9th into and through the weekend. And we've been seeing all this stuff about the 11:11 portal as usual. It's so tired. The same old bullshit that they pull out of the bag every year. 11:11 is on Friday, the 9th. That's the true 11:11 because the date 11:11, Armistice Day or Veterans Day, that's actually a 6 numerically, not an 11 at all, or not an 11:11 at all, rather. In any case, let's go into this one, beginning with the year 1492, when Piero, the unfortunate of the de Medici family, ruler of Florence, loses his power and flees the state. In 1799, Napoleon Bonaparte pulls off a coup and becomes the dictator of France under the title of First Consul. 1980, Iraqi President Saddam Hussein declares a holy war against Iran. 1994, chemical element darmstadtium is discovered at the GSI Helmholtz Center for Heavy Ion Research near Darmstadt in Germany. And 1998, brokerage houses are ordered to pay 1.03 billion US dollars to NASDAQ investors to compensate for price fixing. It's the largest civil settlement in US history. Did you know Jack the Ripper's fifth and probably last victim, Mary Jane Kelly, is found on her bed on November 9th in the year 1888. Famous birthdays. Benjamin Banneker. Benjamin Banneker invented the almanac, which I use still whenever I do a full moon reading. Gail Borden, Lizzie Borden's father, I think. Hedy Lamarr, she was an actress, I believe. Spiro Agnew, an actress and also like a really smart woman, like a biologist or something also. Spiro Agnew was a politician. Mary Travers, musician. And Tom Fogarty, his face looks familiar, but I don't remember. Those are my guesses. We'll see in a minute. The first U.S. design patent for typefaces and borders was issued to George Bruce of New York City on November 9th in the year 1842. Famous weddings, 1887 or 888. Painter, Grandma Moses. I was just talking to my daughter about her yesterday. We were talking about the picture. Anyway, she was 27 when she wed Thomas means twin. Thomas Salmon Moses in New York. 1899 or 999. U.S. Admiral of the Navy George Dewey, 61, weds Mildred McLean Hazen at the Rectory of St. Paul's Catholic Church in Washington, D.C. 1931. Actress Gloria Swanson, 32, weds Michael Farmer. 1935, Magnificent Obsession actress Jane Wyatt, 24, weds investment broker Edward Bethune Ward in Santa Fe, New Mexico. 1968, Led Zeppelin lead singer Robert Plant, 19, weds Maureen Wilson, also 19. They equal 11 together. 1931, actress Gloria Swanson, 32, divorces aristocrat Henry de la Falaise, 33, after 6 years of marriage. So she divorced and married on the same day? That's what it looks like. I wonder what state that is. 1968, serial killer John Wayne Gacy. That's the sicko that had the people buried in his backyard, the young boys. He used to dress up like a clown. 26, he divorces. He had the nerve to get divorced. As if somebody else would want him. He divorces his first wife, Marilyn Myers, after 4 years of marriage. Wow. 2004, maybe because he liked boys instead. 2004, hotel heiress and fashion model Nikki Hilton, 21, divorces a big businessman Todd Andrew Meister, master number 33, due to bi-coastal relationship after nearly 3 months of marriage. They had a bunch of threes. She was 21 equals 3, and he was 33, and it was 3 months of marriage. So maybe they'll get back together. Sounds like the Ascended Masters rather are involved somehow, or maybe that's who pulled them apart. Anyway, famous deaths: Neville Chamberlain, Ibn Saud, Charles de Gaulle, Art Carney, and Stieg Larsson. Stieg Larsson His real name or full name was Carl Stig Erland Larsen, and he was Swedish, an author, best known for writing the Millennium Trilogy of crime novels, which were published posthumously. So after he died, somebody published them. He was born on August 15th in 1954 in Skellefteå, Sweden, and was a horse in the Chinese zodiac and a Leo. He died on November 9th in 2004 at the age of 50 of a heart attack. Art Carney, his full name was Arthur William Matthew Carney, and he was an actor famous for Harry and Tonto, WW and the Dixie Dance Kings, and the Muppets Take Manhattan. I was in a movie with him when I was little too. I was like a little more than an extra, but it was Going in Style. Art Carney and I forgot the other guy, the other star. Anyway, he was born on November 4th in 1918 in Mount Vernon, New York, USA, and was a Scorpio. He died on November 9th in 2003 at the age of 85 of natural causes, so just days after his 85th birthday. Charles de Gaulle, French and president, the leader of the Free French during World War II, head of the Provisional Government of the French Republic from 1944 to 1946, and President of France from 1959 to 1969. He's famous for saying non to Britain's entry to the European common market. So I guess that meant no, non, N-O-N. He was born on November 22nd, 11/11/11, in the year 1890, 99, and was a Sagittarius from Lille, France. He died on November 9th in 1970 at the age of 79 of a ruptured blood vessel. Ibn Saud, I don't want to try to do his real name. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 names. He's Saudi and the founder of Saudi Arabia and the first king of Saudi Arabia from 1932 through 1953. He founded also the House of Saud and the third Saudi state. Ibn Saud reconquered his family's ancestral home of the city of Riyadh in 1902, starting 3 decades of conquest that made him the ruler of nearly all of Central Arabia. He consolidated his control over the Najd in 1922 and then conquered Hejaz in 1925. He extended his dominions into the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia in 1932. As king, he presided over the discovery of petroleum in Saudi Arabia in 1938 and the beginning of large-scale oil production after World War II. He notably fathered many children, including 45 sons, and all of the subsequent kings of Saudi Arabia. They're all his children, all the kings. Anyway, he was born on January 15th in 1875 in Riyadh, Emirate of Najd, and was a Capricorn. He died on November 9th in 1953 at the age of 78 of heart attack. And Neville Chamberlain was British and Prime Minister. He served from 1937 to 1940, and his government was dominated by the crises over Nazi Germany's aggressive moves in Europe. He is remembered today principally for his failed efforts to appease Adolf Hitler, particularly through signing the Munich Agreement in 1938, which ceded parts of Czechoslovakia to Germany. Prior to becoming Prime Minister, Chamberlain served as Minister of Health and Chancellor of the Exchequer in several cabinets. When Stanley Baldwin retired in 1937, Chamberlain took over. His efforts to appease Hitler were at that time widely popular, especially his agreement at Munich, which led to the now infamous speech declaring peace in our time. In the end, Hitler did not stop his aggressive tactics, and when Germany invaded Poland in September of 1939, Chamberlain was forced to declare war, beginning World War II. He led Britain through the first 8 months of conflict. After the disastrous Norwegian campaign, he resigned as it became clear a national government with all parties could not be formed if he was prime minister. He was succeeded by Winston Churchill and died of cancer in November of 1940. Chamberlain has been more favorably assessed by some historians who have claimed war for Britain would have been disastrous in 1938 as they were not ready. Nevertheless, he continues to poll lowly in rankings of British prime ministers. He was born on March 18th in 1869 in Heckfield, Hampshire, England, was a Pisces. He died on November 9th in 1940 at the age of 71 of bowel cancer. Ouch. And he was the last of the deaths. I'm going back up to the birthdays. Tom Fogerty. He's the one I couldn't remember who he might be. Oh, he's a rocker. Ah, yes. Now it's all coming to me. Let me share it with you. Tom, who's probably named Thomas, and Thomas means twin. Fogerty is best known as the rhythm guitarist in the popular rock band Creedence Clearwater Revival. The rock band achieved wide success in 1968 through 1972, releasing such singles as Proud Mary, Good Golly Miss Molly, and Bad Moon Rising. Fogerty left the band after disagreements with his brother John Fogerty, the band's vocalist and the major songwriter, in 1970. The band played at Woodstock Festival in 1969 and were inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in 1993. He was born on November 9th in 1941 in Berkeley, California, USA, and was a snake on the Chinese zodiac and a Scorpio. He died, however, on September 6th in 1990 at the age of only 48 of tuberculosis. Mary Travers, American and a folk singer, member of the group Peter, Paul and Mary. She was born on November 9th in 1936 in Louisville, Kentucky, USA, and was a rat on the Chinese zodiac and a Scorpio. She died on September 16th in 2009 at the age of 72 of leukemia. Spiro Agnew was American and Vice President of the United States. Agnew served as Vice President under Richard Nixon from 1969 until he resigned over corruption allegations in 1973. Prosecutors alleged he'd taken bribes and kickbacks while a politician in Maryland and as vice president as well. His resignation came a year before Nixon himself resigned over the Watergate scandal. He was born on November 9th in 1918 in Baltimore, Maryland, United States, and was a Scorpio. He died on September 17th in 1996 at the age of 77 of leukemia. Hedy Lamarr. Yes, I knew it. An actress and an inventor. A contract star of MGM's Golden Age, Ecstasy, Samson and Delilah. She was also mathematically talented, and she and composer George Antheil invented an early technique for spread spectrum communications and frequency hopping, which is used for wireless communication from the pre-computer age to present day. She was born November 9th in 1914 in Vienna, Austria-Hungary, and was a Scorpio. She died on January 19th in 2000 at the age of 85 of heart failure. Gail Borden, full name Gail Borden II, inventor and manufacturer of condensed milk. Oh, okay. So no, not Lizzie, the milk. I was looking at his picture. I didn't remember her father being named Gail, but I was looking at the picture of him, and that I thought was him. Anyway, in 1853, Borden developed condensed milk, a hugely important invention, which meant that milk could be kept without refrigeration for the first time. During the American Civil War, demand for his product was very high as a ration for Union soldiers. He was born on November 9th in 1801 in Norwich, New York, USA, and was a Scorpio. He died on January 11th in 1874, which is 9/11 or 11 also, at the age of 72, which is 9. And lastly, Benjamin Banneker was American, a mathematician, astronomer, and the almanac author. Banneker was largely self-educated, a free African-American scientist. He's most famous for his widely published almanacs from 1792 through 1797, for which he calculated the daily locations of stars and planets and accurately forecast lunar and solar eclipses. His almanacs also included opinion pieces, literature, and medical and title information. Banneker was an outspoken anti-slavery supporter who corresponded with Thomas Jefferson. Thomas means twin. How many times do we see Thomas on this day? That might mean something. Because also I said today was the 11/11, the real one. And I think we've seen Thomas 3 times. Anyway, okay, Raphael. He corresponded with Thomas Jefferson on the topics of slavery and racial equality. He included the correspondence between himself and Jefferson in his 1793 almanac. His other achievements include constructing a wooden clock, despite having only seen one other timepiece in his life. Also assisting Major Andrew Ellicott in surveying the borders of the original federal capital of the District of Columbia. So like the blueprints for the city of D.C. He was born on November 7th in 1731 in Ellicott's Mills. So it must have been on that guy's plantation, Major Andrew Ellicott. Ellicott Mills, Maryland, USA, and was a Scorpio. He died on October 9th in 1806 at the age of 74. He was the last of the birthdays. So let's see what we got going on today. It's 50-50. Massage. And cocktail. Spirit says buy shoes. Boots are made for walking. Also, email and dirty movie, which may be like some sort of online communication, online dating, Skype, FaceTime, something. Going to the cards, I'm beginning with the Ten of Water. A contented and rewarding family life. Your emotional and material needs are met, and you have trustworthy relationships. This can be about family, friends, getting together. Just 2 friends is enough for the Ten of Water kind of feeling that you're surrounded like by family, by love. Opening to the Seven of Fire. Defend your beliefs and decisions. Stand your ground. Choose your battles wisely. Again, the moon is still in Sagittarius on this day, as are Jupiter, its ruler, which entered the day prior, and Mercury, which entered a couple days ago, maybe a week ago. Seven of Fire. And speaking of Mercury, it is Major Arcana card number 6, the Lovers, with Archangel Raphael. He was just here. I just mentioned him. Intimate relationships. Carefully weigh your decisions. Good health. The Lovers represents the sign of Gemini, which is ruled by Mercury. Seven of Fire. And the Three of Earth. The power of creativity. Recognition for very high quality work. Be a team player. Three of Earth is about abundance that is earned. Can be about some sort of party of 3 too. Maybe specifically involving an earth sign or work, like you met somebody at work or something. Seven of Fire. And the Two of Air. Being unable or unwilling to make a decision. A stalemate. Pretending there's no problem. Well, this is the card of inaction. Inaction is in effect action. I posted that on my Facebook today. You guys know I say it all the time. Not making a decision is a decision in itself. To not do anything. And to, let the chips fall where they may, I guess. Seven of Air. Plans that need revision. More going on than meets the eye. Poor timing. Speaking of Sagittarius, the overall energy is the Knight of Fire. Passionate, adventurous, self-assured, and restless. A sudden event that needs immediate attention. Time is of the essence. Think things through carefully. The Knight of Fire is, in fact, a Sagittarius, Leo, Aries, or someone likened to those traits or attributes. Could be Jupiter himself. Could be Mars, ruler of Scorpio. So in that case, he could involve a Scorpio too. Masculine has 2 cards today. So does the feminine. What was that? I missed it. They were showing me something. It was blue. I missed it. Masculine crowned by Major Arcana card, the World. Speaking of potential parties of 3 or something, some third energy. It's 21 equals 3. Major Arcana card 21 equals 3. A job well done. Joy, contentment, and gratitude. And the path toward enlightenment. Yeah. This is a fire energy for me. Fire element. And no particular sign, but it could be here because of that Sagittarius, stuff we talked about. It's possible. Could involve some sort of party of 3, third energy. The universe easing somebody out of a situation. I know you're probably used to tarot people reading the world and saying, "Ooh, the world is your oyster, the world is at your feet," and all that kind of stuff. That's very, very rarely how I read it. What I feel when I pick it up. It's the universe helping you out of a situation that you could have, would have, should have left yourself, but you sort of sat it out. Inaction, right? Inaction is in effect action. So you made an action to remain where you were, stuck in a situation, perhaps a living condition, a job, right? Dead end job. You know that it's going nowhere. You're not getting a promotion, or there is no further growth, no further increase in pay, but you're still there. It's that sort of thing. Or a relationship that's been dead. You know it. You keep trying. It doesn't work. It's really just like we belong somewhere else with other people or whatever, and you stay anyway. Like that sort of thing. Comfort sometimes. Fear, because you are comfortable, right? You're in a comfort zone. So to leave is definitely a leap of faith, and you didn't take it. So now the universe stepping in to sort of ease you out. And sometimes by the time we reach this point, we want to get out so bad. Like we're like, oh my God, I got to get out of this situation. But now it's like it's like hurry up and wait. Like now you have to wait for the universe. It's similar to the Tower in that, it's a powerful karmic energy that's stepping in to help you. With the Tower is abrupt, and the world can sometimes require patience, Anyway, masculine surrounded by, speaking of that, it's 2 things. I think it was what I was talking about. It's another 3, first of all. So again, perhaps involving a party of 3, maybe an air sign or a fire sign, specifically. But there's like a lot of options and choices, and you don't know what to make. You don't really know what to do. You've got dreams, you got goals. You don't know how to go about pursuing them. You're just feeling stuck. A complex decision. The need to do research. Stop procrastinating. Like I said, you were waiting around not doing anything. So the universe is calling that procrastinating. Like you could have handled it yourself. You haven't. So now it's going to help you, but it's taking some time. And you're still going to have to be active in ultimately making a choice from these many options that you have. Masculine subconscious. The 8 of Earth. Skilled work is rewarded. Learning all there is to know about a topic. Maybe going back to school. This is basically, because it could be any of those things. It could be school. It could be actual work, labor. But it could be relationship too. It's anywhere you put your energy, you're going to reap what you've sown, basically, is the point with the 8 of Earth. Crowning the feminine. Major Arcana card 1, the Magician with Archangel Raziel, which also represents the sign of Gemini. You are ready. You have the resources or the ability to manifest them, and life is magical. Sometimes I do attach it to the other mutable signs. So that Sagittarius will be one, Sagittarius, Virgo, Pisces, but it really does represent Gemini. Feminine surrounded by a 3 herself. Very interesting. Major Arcana card 3, the Empress, which represents the planet Venus, ruler of Gemini, as well as Libra and Taurus. Lavish abundance. Give birth to your dreams. Nurture yourself and others. So I think the feminine had this card yesterday too. We were nurturing ourselves and others. something going on here in our subconscious. We have Major Arcana card 2, the High Priestess, and the Queen of Water, both of which are extremely intuitive. We're really being pushed, feminine, to pay close attention to our intuition on this day. Queen of Water is tenderhearted, empathetic, patient, and loving. Relationships develop to a new level. Trust your intuition. Care for yourself and others, like the Empress suggests also. So this could be family having to get together for some reason. And, you know, there's always one that's a stronger support to the other people than, you know, than another. That person is often a Gemini that like holds everybody else up. This could be connected, at least in part, to Mary, actually, through what she was going, especially with this here too. Could be. For others, we too are experiencing something that we're really going to have to put, you know, that thought into, but not just like a Gemini, like logical thought, emotion and intuition and everything into as well. And then don't forget about the earth aspect also, like practicality and, you know, coming back down to earth from the air, right? The air sign coming back down to earth, being more grounded also. We're going to need to do. Crowning. The Queen of Fire, confident, warm, intelligent, and graceful. Stretch your wings and fly. Don't underestimate yourself. Assert your independence and creativity. The Queen of Fire is a Sagittarius, Leo, or Aries, or someone likened to those traits or attributes, and is the divine feminine of the tarot as well. At the root, Major Arcana card 15, Ego, or the Devil. A false sense of entrapment. Being overly focused on material things, negative or fear-based thoughts. So that could actually be what's going on here. Well, again, why you stayed in something too long, why you haven't made a choice of one of these options, masculine. I don't really see how the devil might be connected to the feminine in a negative way, at least. There could be some sort of like really like lusty attraction between a female represented by the Empress and another person. Like really intense like sexual energy, attraction, magnetism. Maybe specifically a Capricorn and a Gemini, Libra, or Taurus. Could be some actual love and emotion between them too, with this sitting here next to the Queen of Water. Also, another reason for the Queen of Water to be sitting here next to Ego could be connected to the new true node, which is Cancer, and the new South node, which is Capricorn. So somebody could have that going on, maybe affecting them. And you may want to look up what it means for, I talked about it some in the general reading too, but you may want to look up what it means for the true node to be Cancer and or the South node to be Capricorn, and also perhaps look up whether it's in your chart or not. I know it's not in mine. I was true node Leo, which is the one we just left, and South node Aquarius, which of course we just left as well. Heart of the matter, the 8 of Water, a desire to move on, the search for something more meaningful, spiritual and emotional growth. So yes, I feel this more attached to the masculine still. Again, there's something that we need to leave alone, something that hasn't worked probably for a while. Universe wants to help. We do have to take some initiative of our own, put some work into it, put some effort into narrowing down these options and making a choice of what we're going to do. Staying over here where you're miserable, or you're leaving like your soul wants to do, your spirit wants to do. You're not chained. You're not stuck. You can go. Be confident, be fearless, be brave. Do it. That's it. So, further to the feminine, what could be going on with her, I just see like her ability to manifest whatever she wants, you know, but also, again, remembering to employ the other means by which we come into information, right? Not just logic, not just intelligence of a Gemini, perhaps, but emotion and practicality as well. But more for the feminine. King of Air, brilliant, impartial, professional, and diplomatic. Speak your mind with confidence. Seek out professional advice. Balance mental and emotional considerations. The King of Air is again a Gemini or Libra, or possibly an Aquarius. So this could be the feminine's energy, still her own, and something she has to say. And this is a good day to say it. Get it out. Get it off your chest. Get it out. Or she may need to be in contact with some sort of officiant to help her sign some papers or do something important like that. For Major Arcana card 16, life experience, the Tower with Archangel Chamuel, a significant life event, a powerful revelation that leads to change. It's time to spread your wings. This can be, again, the powerful revelation. Something's all of a sudden from the universe spearheading it, letting you know that you've got to do something about this, whatever the this is in your life, masculine. Now, the day before, we saw something having to do potentially with, I think it was the day before, potentially with moving, again, from a home. And I felt that you were living with other people. I said that. So for some, that could be attached to this. The life experience or the Tower can have to do with an actual home or tower, an actual structure or building. I'll pull another card for that. The next one upright is this. And it's strength to get through some sort of situation that looks like it was painful, a difficult decision. Great inner strength. Release harsh judgments. Instead, exercise some forgiveness and compassion. This is more fire energy too. Major Arcana card strength represents the sign of Leo. And here we have the Queen of Fire. Maybe that's who you're leaving or to where you're going, or you're the Leo. And you got to make a tough decision to walk away from a situation or relationship. There's another upright one here still. I'll take this one also for you guys. The Ten of Earth. A very happy family life, financial security, and finding magic in the little things in life. This can be, some sort of inheritance or something. Somebody in your family left behind for you. Maybe it's difficult because this could be like a similar situation to what we had over here earlier in the week, unfortunately, with my friend's father. But this could be something like that, similar to that we're having to deal with. Maybe several, again, children, siblings having to get together. It's a sad occasion, but we're trying to figure stuff out. Make plans or something. Again, this can have to do with a house too. A home sale, a home purchase. Connected to life experience, the Tower. It could be like, yes, that we went through a difficult time, or perhaps we even lost someone in our family. But now, as a result of that sad occasion, we're coming into something, a home, an estate, some sort of money. The next one's upside down. So this will be the feminine's advice card. And it is the Knight of Water. Emotional, romantic, enthusiastic, and contemplative. Falling in love or wedding proposals. The need to balance emotions and an invitation to a social event. The Knight of Water is a Pisces, Cancer, or Scorpio. And is somebody who likes to make proposals. So maybe like the dinner, the cocktail that we saw in the dice, that could be what this is. Perhaps he's a King of Air. direct king of air, direct water sign, or it could be a direct king of air or water sign and air sign that, who are coming together, because we're seeing quite a bit of that. Here it is here too in the feminine subconscious. Water and air. Here's more air. Here's more air with a little bit of earth smattered in. Yeah, for the feminine, I think that this is more love, sex, manifesting what she's been wishing for, but still needing to approach the situation and go about it, you know, properly. Make her decisions in a really honest way, honest with herself, you know, going within and thinking. And the masculine dealing with something a little larger, a little heavier, but like the hurt part is either behind him or that's in what it's rooted, like that's what brought on this other stuff. The fact that there was, again, some sort of loss or pain, and then from that, all of this other stuff that's more positive comes. I hope that made sense. And I hope that you guys have enjoyed the daily and find it helpful in your lives. I'll be back with the weeklies and stuff. Namaste.
Just another day. It's so